Good morning, everyone. It is Ask Me Anything Monday, Motivational Mondays. We're here. It's going to be a great week. We got Ask Me Anything right now. Let's load up the questions. I'm happy to help guide you through the week. Keaton, welcome on board. Let's go. Sarah, let's go. Let's go, everybody. We got a lot of great people. The fit guy, Andy, good to see you. Nick, welcome. Colleen, welcome. It is Monday. Lori, Monday. Maria, Monday. Ricky, Monday. Good to see you. Everybody, go back. Playing tonight. We'll see which pack shows up. Bobby, good to see you. How can I be of service? Share my content and do good deeds. That's the best way that you can be of service. We had a heartbreaker there. We got Matt from the Dallas Cowboys. 56-yard field goal to win the game at the end there. Not the fun that I wanted. Anyway, you have any questions, all you got to do is reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com. We're rocking and rolling. The questions are rolling out here. Marilyn, good to see you. Stacy, welcome everybody. We are here on Mondays. If you don't get your question in today, right now, then we have Clubhouse at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Join us there as well. Looking good, everybody. All right, first question. What is something you wish you learned sooner than later in your life? Oh, that's easy. Asking for help, utilizing open-ended questions in order to facilitate finding out how I can be of service or value to others and how they can be service or value to me. Being radically humble by knowing ignorant humility, not ignorant arrogance. I actually, from that, have created an open-ended question template that asks people what are they doing today, what they like about it, what don't they like about it. Would it help you if I did this? What about this? And then enable us to articulate quantitative value to exceed what we're asking for. Please, if you want the open-ended question guide, just come to me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll throw in my ebook, audiobook, or even sign a book, send it to you and pay for shipping and the book. Not a problem. david@dmeltzer.com. Reach out to me for that open-ended question guide. How do you stay positive? First of all, you're always positive. I'm always focusing on what am I doing to interfere with my positivity. I am connected to and through the greatest source of positivity that exists. So if I'm not feeling the supercharge or superchargers, then what I do is figure out what am I doing to interfere with the superchargers and get that there. David@dmeltzer.com. Thank you, Bakester. Let's see who, and Sonia wants me. Monday, ask me anything. You bring the questions, I got the answers here on IG Live or on Clubhouse at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Either way, you can find me. My mom passed this morning. Any advice on grieving? Well, first of all, definitely grieve and try to spend those minutes and moments and understanding that it is a process. So give it a minimum amount of time every day to grieve, to think and focus in on how lucky you were for the time that you had and what you can learn from your relationship with your mother. Those are the two things that I focus in on. I lost Trevor Moad, a friend of mine, last week, and I went to gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and effective communication or inspiration, looking to, number one, how grateful I was for the time that I had, and two, what lessons I learned from Trevor Moad. When you can take on those lessons, then you can live with the legacy of that person. That person is inside of you. It's the lessons that we have and learn. That's why we do the Ask Me Anything here on Mondays, so that we can all learn lessons faster, accelerate, grow, and expand, utilizing the compound interest. David, can you help me to find what I want or my why? I feel stuck in life. Mishi, feeling stuck is good. That means that you are moving forward. Christina Madrigal, always great to see you. Thank you for joining us. But feeling stuck is good. That means you're almost there. Lean into it. So make sure that if you're feeling stuck, that you realize that you want to enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, and lean into that, and make sure that you're learning the lessons. Make sure that pain is an indicator. The setbacks, failures, those are all indicators that you have a better place to be, in a better position to be in. All righty, here we go. Pain is an indicator, not a stop sign. Keep the questions coming. It's Ask Me Anything Monday. We're rocking and rolling. If you don't get your question answered today, you can always email me, david@dmeltzer.com. If you want the open-ended question guide, I'll throw in my book, ebook, audiobook. I'll sign a book, send it to you, and pay for shipping. David@dmeltzer.com. What would you tell your 20-year-old self? Ask for help. Utilize that open-ended question guide that I have. That's what I would have told my 20, 30, 40, and 50-year-old self. Could you break down the process of starting a business? Look at me as if you're speaking to a 20-year-old, to my 20-year-old self. Yeah. So, first of all, the number one rule about business is staying in business. And so I want to make sure that I'm utilizing segmentation, setting an objective, minimums of non-negotiables in order to effectuate the exponential growth, acceleration, and expansion that I want in that business, knowing that every day I have to stay in business. So the first thing I do is set forth a course of action that allows me to stay in business. And then from there, I create the credibility of the business, the math of the business, then the emotional attachment of the business, making sure that I can enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of the potential of that business, because the only way the business fails is when I quit or run out of money. Then consistently review the reasons and quantify those reasons, impacts, and now I start honing in on the capability, the arsenal of value, and continually work on my ability to articulate the quantitative value to exceed what I'm asking for each day, knowing that 2 people that I sell through turn into 4, turn into 8, turn into 16, and the exponentiality by the time I get to the 20th turn of the A6, it's 2 million people getting me 2 million people, and my grandchildren never have to work again. So selling through people with credibility, emotional connection and attachment, reasons, impacts, and capabilities that can be articulated in a quantitative value to exceed what I'm asking for, utilizing the open-ended question guide that allows me to find out 2 things, knowing who I can help with what my business is and who can help me exceed and accelerate and expand that business. What's the difference between happiness and joy? First of all, you give meaning to everything that you see. Joy itself seems to encompass happiness. Joy is a bigger, in my mindset, a bigger world than happiness. Happiness can be temporary. Joy is a state of mind. It's a much larger thing in my mind, but I give meaning to everything that I see. Keaton says RIC, reasons, impacts, and capabilities. You got it, my friend. Anybody want to go live with me? Let me know. We'll be happy to answer live questions here. Keep the questions coming. It's Ask Me Anything Monday. If you want that open-ended question guide, it's david@dmeltzer.com. You can reach out to me. I'll throw in an ebook, audiobook. I'll sign a copy and send it to you and pay for the book and shipping. Quit your job and start working on your dreams, or do them both until you make it. I prefer to. I prefer to as well. I believe in leaning into what you're doing today that creates more options, opportunities, and money so that you can build that second passion of yours. But you should make sure that what you're doing today, you have learned to love to do, and making the most of it by learning to find the light, the love, and the lessons to be as efficient, effective, and statistically successful in what you do every day. Most people make the mistake of leaning outside of what they're currently doing, and then they dissipate and dissolve and deteriorate what they're doing today before the other thing can compensate, and then they end up both dying. You end up going out of business. No, lean into what you do, get better at what you do to provide you more time and more opportunity in order to effectuate a second thing to do, or a third thing to do, or a fourth thing to do. That's the key to overflow, right? If you're emptying a halfway empty glass or halfway full glass, you're going to end up with an empty glass. If you're leaning in and filling the glass, it's going to overflow into other glasses. How do I get your book again? David@dmeltzer.com. Email me, David@dmeltzer, my last name.com, David@dmeltzer.com. I will send you an ebook, an audiobook. I will sign a copy of my book. I will pay for the book and shipping, not a problem. Just email me, David@dmeltzer.com. Thanks, Phil. It is Monday. That's Ask Me Anything Monday. You bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. It looks like some people want to go live with us. Let's see here. We'll try to get people to join us. What are some impactful things people can do to work on self-love? Well, first of all, let's focus in on the four things that you are. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? See, shifting the paradigm to understand that you already are these things, that you are born part and parcel to the omniscient, all powerful, all being, and that you yourself are creating interference between your potential and what you really are. And by doing so, by using fear, the primal fears themselves, the need to fight, flee, feed, or to fornicate, but instead looking to see that you have no need to be right, no need to be offended, no need to be separate, inferior, superior, no need to be anxious, frustrated, angry, worried, guilty, resentful. Any of these needs, anybody feel those needs out there? Oh my goodness, then you are creating interference between you and your health, your happiness, your worthiness, and your wealth. What's the best experience in your life that taught you the most? Uh, well, one of them, right? You can't ever evaluate and prioritize the one experience that has had the most impact. But I think being a parent has had the greatest impact and taught me the most of anything that I have. And let me tell you why. Because you can never explain to someone how you feel about your children. You can never explain to anyone what you will do for your children. You will never be able to explain what you are willing to invest in your children. You can never explain that to someone that does not have children. But when you experience it yourself, this one experience, and then somebody tells you that there's an omniscient, not ignorant like you, but an omniscient, all knowing, not ignorant like you, all powerful, not semi powerful like you, all powerful, all knowing, omniscient being, right? That cares the same about you that you care about your children. Oh my gosh, the empowering nature of that aspect, the perspective that it has given me has had the most significant impact on my life. So I would say, and I don't like to give most or individualize anything, but one of the most impactful experiences in my life are having my children, because it reminds me, recollects me, and remembers me as the oneness to the omniscient, all powerful source that we're all created for. Reiterating, remembering, I am healthy, happy, wealthy, and worthy. What am I doing to interfere with that which I'm connected to, the all powerful, the almighty, the omniscient? Oh man, imagine if I could be as if the source is to my own children, what we could do for that. So to me, that's the most impactful thing that we have. What advice do you have to help someone find and identify their personal values? Uh, so I take inventory of my values every day. I take inventory of my what. What do I want personally? What do I want personally today? What did I learn from tomorrow and how has that changed? What do I want experientially today? What did I learn through my experiences yesterday and what do I want today? What do I want to give? What did I learn about my giving yesterday and what do I want today? What do I want received, most importantly, because I can't give what I don't receive. It's a flow in which I understand that what I receive, I appreciate, makes it grow. I acknowledge it, acquire the knowledge of what I have by giving it away. I now remain with a bigger vessel to fill, a bigger hole, a bigger void to fill. Now I need to ask for help. I need to ask for more to fill the bigger hole. And once again, appreciate that as well and give it away. If you do not invent misery, you will be happy. Sadhguru Josh Medlin, director, executive producer of 2 Minute Drill and Office Hours, coming out on October 15th. We have over 75 of the greatest celebrities, athletes, entertainers, millionaires, billionaires, and entrepreneurs featured on the first late night, that's right, talk show, Office Hours with David Meltzer. Join us on Bloomberg. Join us on Amazon Prime Video. You'll love it. Office Hours with David Meltzer. 75 of the greatest celebrities. We got Cameron Diaz and Sadhguru, Jack Canfield, just to name a few. Apollo Ono. We got Michael Chandler. Every single Danica Patrick. It goes on and on and on. What do you say, Joseph? Good morning to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's going on, Lori? Out the door there. We are rocking and rolling here. My following, I don't even know what that means. All righty. Sometimes I hit the wrong things, I will tell you that. All right, here we go. It is Ask Me Anything Monday. I'm here on Mondays. You ask me anything, you bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. If you don't get them in, you can email me, david@dmeltzer.com. We've been talking about the open-ended question guide. Join me to find out how you facilitate finding out what experientially, giving, receiving, etc., and who can help you and who you can help, simply by asking, what are you doing today to do this? What do you like? What you don't like? Would it help you if I did this? Can you see any reason you won't want to move forward? Jakey Bakey is reminding us that Clubhouse, if you don't get your question in, 3 p.m. Pacific today. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. If you want the ebook, audiobook, want me to sign a book, send it to you, pay for shipping, no problem. I'll pay for the book, no problem. Pay for everything, no problem. Just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. And the open-ended question guide, I'll send that as well. All right, I would love to request to go live with you, to ask advice, to tell a bit of my story. Okay, why don't you go ahead and ask that. What are steps you take in creating a successful launch of a new product or program? First of all, I find out my capabilities and see how they are aligned with, synergistic to, or supplementary, what's doing well today, what is stable today, or what I think is going to be doing well in the future. Once I get that established, then I do the math and figure out what is going to cost me, or what investment is it going to take in order to stay in business every single day. If I have those two things, I will eventually evolve, and by accelerating, growing, compounding my efforts and interest into a huge success. So we are good there. Howdy, howdy, amazing friend Sheila Swift in the house. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. I got to answer this question just because I like it. Who is your favorite rapper of all time? Sugar Hill Gang. Boom, I'm Himp the Dimp. You got it. And the rest of it lies out. The Sugar Hill Gang, the OG. Beastie Boys, love them. Eminem, love him. How do you respond to condescending mentors? Should I choose to not perceive it as condescending? Well, you give meaning to everything you see. A mentor is someone that gives you the best of them. So in essence, they should not create any separation from you and them, any inferiority or superiority. Although if you are feeling that you are somehow being demeaned, you should look within. You cannot find outside of you what you can't find in, and ask yourself, why do I feel inadequate when all I'm doing is learning? And so mentors should be giving the best of them. Coaches should be bringing the best out of you. A teacher should be able to explain it all. My favorite color is blue. So thank you. Although I love all colors, they're all one. How do you, I love blue. How do you assemble the most productive team in your business? Being a student of your calendar, focusing them on values of gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and effective communication. Gratitude gives my team perspective. Forgiveness gives them peace. Accountability gives them control, and effective communication keeps them inspired. It gets them there. And then we utilize the 5 daily practices of knowing your what, your who, your how, and your now in order to apply your why. Once again, creating efficiencies, effectiveness, and statistical success in a lens of a Meltzer kaleidoscope of productivity, accessibility. Productivity is providing value. Accessibility is being accessible to others and accessing what you want. And of course, gratitude. Everyone on our team finds the light, the love, and the lessons in everything they do. They enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. If you want those 5 daily practices, all you got to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I will throw in my book, ebook, audiobook. I'll sign a copy, send it to you, pay for the book and shipping. Don't worry, I'll do that for you. It's easy. Here we go. What's the line that tells you your goal is not realistic? It's not always easy and obvious. Okay. Milestones, first of all, not goals. Goals have an endpoint. Milestones are minimums. And so there is no minimum that is not realistic. There's no milestone that's not realistic. What it is that you are on a journey with faith that you will adjust towards the better idea than the one that you're going after. So when you take inventory of what, your who, your how, your now, and apply your why, you need to have a bigger picture. See, most people, they're asking for crumbs and they think the crumbs aren't even realistic. It takes the people like, Bezos and Elon Musk, guys like that who dream so big. Imagine 25 years ago, Bezos telling you in his garage when he's selling books out of it, I'm going to be the richest man in the world and make over $1 trillion. Is that a realistic goal? Well, in his mind, it was. It's so sad when some people's realities surpass your imagination. Allow your realities to surpass everyone else's imagination. Stop asking for crumbs. Stop asking for crumbs. Make your reality bigger than other people's imagination. Let them laugh at you, scoff at you, make fun of you. They'll applaud you someday. Just have the open mind, the open heart, and the open hands. Be willing to utilize the law of gravity that says, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm at the right place at the perfect time. Utilize the law of Goya to enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, to enjoy doing your best, learning lessons and having fun. And then the law of allowance will keep filling your vessel that is growing and accelerating and expanding at all time. Keep growing and accelerating and expanding yourself by dreaming big. And there is no limitation to what you're dreaming about. Why? Because what I said earlier, you're connected to the biggest, greatest, most omniscient, powerful source at all time. What are you doing to interfere with it? What are you doing to limit it? You got to stop asking for crumbs. That's the number one thing. Stop worrying about realistic expectations. You got to dream big and do what you can in a realistic mechanism in order to get there. That's the key. You got to be realistic about what you can do every day in order to get to the biggest dreams, bigger than the crumbs, as Colleen said there, the slices. Lori, oh, goodness gracious to you too. Mic drop for everyone out there. Let's keep them coming. Woo! Let me take a breath. All right, here we go. How do you deal with narcissistic individuals? Well, you deal with them, one, with gratitude, right? Find the light, the love, and the lesson in a narcissistic individual. Then you deal with forgiveness to give you peace, and you try to understand them and forgive them and pray for their happiness. Then you take accountability. Taking accountability is utilizing the great chain of feeding and bleeding in order to facilitate whether or not you want to spend the time, emotion, and value with that person. Knowing that I want to feed those that feed me, and if you bleed me, I'm going to fire you, because I know 80% of the people, 80% of the time is spent on people that bleed us, things that bleed us, opportunities that bleed us. We have to find things and put our time, value, emotion into things that feed us. There's a great chain of feeding, and we need to accelerate the understanding and awareness of that which feeds us according to what, who, how, and now, by applying our why. If you want the daily practices, the what, the who, the how, the now, and apply your why, if you want the open-ended questions in order to get that alignment, I will throw in my book, ebook, audio book. I will send a copy, sign it, send a copy, pay for the book and shipping any day, anytime. All you have to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com, david@dmeltzer.com. Please reach out. We're building a collective consciousness here on Mondays, Ask Me Anything Mondays. If you don't get your questions in, I'll be on Clubhouse at 3 p.m. Pacific time every single day in order to facilitate what you want, how you want it. Let's do it together. Do not go alone. Ask for help. David@dmeltzer.com. Always a pleasure to be here. Let's get some more questions as we are going and we are rocking and rolling. How do you find effective mentors? Well, you got to be more interested than interesting. You got to find people that sit in a situation that you want to be in. You got to have a mentor for a variety of different things. I have a mentor for my relationship with money. I have a mentorship for sleep. I have a mentorship for accounting. I have a mentorship for my physical nutrition. I have all these different mentors, and I find the people that have the greatest situation, that are in the situation I want to be in, and I ask them for help. I make the investment in myself and ask them for help. I make them feel so blessed. You use any nootropics? I have, and I work with several doctors, and Doug being one of them. Shout out to my main man there. But once again, find someone who sits in the situation that you want to be in and ask them for help. Make the investment in yourself, greatest investment you can make. Why do you guys believe in this stuff? You don't have to, because it works for me. It's that simple. The things that I spend my attention and intention to create the coincidences I want work for me. All I ask is you try things that have no risk to yourself, right? No risk to yourself, and work for you. Try as many things as you can, Mr. Markeith 12, and anything you believe in should be and a mitigation of risk, and it should work for you. So whatever that is, if you wear bracelets or don't wear bracelets, if you trace calligraphies or don't trace calligraphies, if you believe in the books that we read, like The Power of Intention and Atomic Habits and Course in Miracles and all Think and Grow Rich, if you believe in it and it works for you, there's no risk. Have an open mind, not a closed mind. We don't want to create separation. We want everyone to facilitate what's best for them and learn from what they're doing. We have no judgments or conditions. So when you're asking someone why they believe in it, I hope that all they're doing is learning and trying and seeing what has mitigated risk. I'd love to have a conversation with you. So call me on my cell phone, 858-688-3294. Do not text me at my phone number. That's my actual phone number. So call me. If I don't answer, leave me a message. Keith, I would love to speak with you or anybody else. Go ahead, call me, 858-688-3294. That's my cell phone. You can always call me. I give 5 minutes to anybody to be of service or value to them, to help them. So thank you very, very much for bringing that up. What advice do you have for someone working on public speaking? Practice, practice, practice. Public speaking is like batting. It's like golfing. It's like tennis. The more you practice, the better you get. Do not fall into the 10% trap of speaking, though. Let me tell you the 10% trap of speaking. The 10% trap of speaking is I get in front of 100 people when I'm starting to speak, and naturally about 10% are going to be on my vibration or on my frequency. There's automatically, hey, Gemma, I'm praying for you. Good to see you. May you be happy, healthy. 858-688-3294. Alex, 858-688-3294. 10% of speaking. Here we go. So here's the 10%. So naturally, 10% of the people, 10% of people are naturally going to be at your frequency. So you speak in front of 100, 1,000, or 10,000. There's going to be a percentage of people, 10%, that are going to come up, line up, and tell you it's the greatest speech they've ever heard. You're amazing. Don't buy it. No matter what you say, 10% will always say that. Where you want to get is the 20, 30, 40, 50%. You want to increase the strength of your signal. You want to practice so much that you widen the spectrum. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of the people lining up. And you want to clarify your message. You got to know it's not what you say, it's what they hear. So instead of speaking to people, you got to listen for what they're listening for. You got to listen for what they're listening for. You got to be more interested than interesting. You have to do the work and the practice. Find out what people are listening for and have them hear you, because it's not what you say, it's what you hear. Strengthen your signals, widen your spectrum, clarify your message. I have a great speaking coaching group. Join me or get on my wait list for one-on-one coaching. Feel free. Reach out. David@dmeltzer.com. Reach out to me, David@dmeltzer.com, and I will be happy to be of service or value and help anyone with the lessons, stories, and practice that's necessary in order to expand your speaking career. Please reach out. I'm here to be of service. I'll throw in my book, ebook, and audio book. All right, I got time for one more question now. I will be taking more questions at 3 p.m. Pacific on Clubhouse. If you want to go ahead and set up a 5-minute call, if you want my book, ebook, audiobook, open-ended question guide, or the 5 daily practices, David@dmeltzer.com. Do I have a book? I got 4 books. Go ahead, reach out to me. I'll send you the ebook, audiobook. I will sign a copy and send it to you. I'll pay for the book and shipping. David@dmeltzer.com. Rushan, good to see you. All right, last question. Then we'll catch you on Clubhouse or via email. Let me pick another good one here. Oh, sorry. Is it worth getting your real estate license? Is it worth getting into real estate, or is there going to be a collapse in our economy? First of all, remember, all markets have market makers, and you have to pick your own timing and risk tolerance. Gratitude Society, I will come on your podcast. Just email me, David@dmeltzer.com. If you want me on your podcast, David@dmeltzer.com. Love to be a part of your podcast. Listen to me. Whatever industry you want to go in, you got to do a timing and risk tolerance assessment. Timing and risk tolerance. The markets will always be. right? So whether the market collapses or rises, there's a market there, and determinative upon your timing and risk tolerance, you can get your license and make money for the deals that are being done. Because when the real estate collapses or goes up, there's a market there, and the best ones make the most money. Like my friend, uh, Ryan Serhant, he's making money hand over fist. Why? Because he's a great real estate guy who understands his timing and risk tolerance. And no matter what the market does, that boy will make money. Those are the great, the cream rises to the top. What we want is action in trading, but you got to know your timing and risk tolerance. I can help you with that. I have a group that can help you. David at dmeltzer.com, or I have a wait list for some one-on-one help that I can give everybody. I will sign and send a book to you, pay for the book and shipping, ebook, audio book, open-ended question guide, 5 daily practices. Call me, email me, David at dmeltzer.com. I am here to be of service or value. It is Ask Me Anything Monday. You can ask me anything, and I will bring the answer to best of my ability in radical humility. David at dmeltzer.com. Thank you, everyone. Join me at 3 p.m. Pacific time today on Clubhouse. Thank you so much. Most importantly, remember, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you in a little bit.